sitting down with Neuralink's first brain chip implant patient. Now, Neuralink is a program that Elon Musk is a part of that inserts a brain chip, and it helps people with limited abilities to get back certain abilities. And people are very concerned about this, rightfully so. They're saying this could be the mark of the beast. This could be a way to control people. What if someone hacks your brain? Before we get into that, guys, my name is Ruslan, and this channel exists to encourage you to mastermind your business the master's way. May not be subscribed yet, so if you aren't, please hit that subscribe button. All right, now let's get into the video.
I didn't have anything to wake up for in the morning, and this has changed that for me.
In a GMA broadcast exclusive, Nolan Darbaugh, the first human implanted with a Neuralink chip in his brain, is telling...
Is it like a breathalyzer?
So, first of all, shout out to him. He got the cross on the hat.
Okay.
So maybe he's a follower of Jesus. Who knows?
his story.
And he says it's been 4 months since the procedure.
Wow.
Yep.
And this is the whole kit and caboodle, huh?
No, I think that's just his chair and the oxygen to help him. I don't think that has anything to do with the Neuralink.
I accepted that I was paralyzed and that was my life. I always held out hope that it would all get better.
At 22 years old, Nolan says he dove headfirst in waist-deep water, struck something, and sustained a spinal cord injury.
Jeez. That's brutal.
He couldn't move from the shoulders down.
From the time of your injury until earlier this year, what was your daily life like?
I mean, one thing about being paralyzed is that there's a lot of time to sit and think. And so I thought through basically my whole life and realized all the mistakes I'd made and what I could do better.
Then, just last year...
Can you give me the time,
Nolan,
please?
Yeah.
That's brutal.
That's horrifying.
22 years old.
He's 22?
22 when this happened, when this accident happened.
Oh, my goodness.
Now 30, receiving a life-changing opportunity.
One day, one of my buddies from college called me up. We talked pretty regularly, and he was like, hey, Neuralink, they opened up the human trials. And I said, what's Neuralink?
Neuralink, co-founded by Elon Musk, is an experimental implantable brain-computer interface, or BCI, a chip surgically implanted by a robot and connected by threads to a patient's brain that allows the patient to control a computer or smartphone with their mind.
This is all from there to there.
So that is not how I remember it being described. What I remember that Musk saying on Rogan was that like this was going to help people with spinal injuries. This was going to help people with all kinds of other issues be able to do things again.
Instead, they can just play digital chess. He's like, so we haven't figured out the walking part, but you can play video games. Hey, and honestly, to be fair, that's pretty strong. If you can't move your hands and you're sitting, but now you can like interact with some games. Hey, man, it's not the promise that he first made, but it's something.
Bro, this is so dark.
Just saying.
This is so dark.
Every good technology has a start somewhere.
Listen, if this brother couldn't do anything, and now he could sit and play chess and use the internet and watch YouTube videos, that's probably revolutionary for this dude.
That is pretty insane, actually.
So, yes, we would say this is fairly underwhelming from what they were saying they was going to do. But for him, this changed his whole life.
Oh, that's a fact. Because it also opens up digital communication. It opens all that stuff, yeah.
Wow. Neuralink is not the only company working on this technology. Several others are also testing their BCIs in paralyzed volunteers. Nolan now joins that small group as Neuralink's first patient.
I was just very happy that I would be a part of something that I believe is so monumental and this next step forward of helping people with paralysis.
What can you do now with the chip implanted that you could not do prior?
I can control a computer just like anyone else can, which is not something I was able to do beforehand.
You just played some music?
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. Do you worry because you are the first patient that something unforeseen could go wrong now that this is inside your head?
I wouldn't say worry. It was something where I knew that if I did this, then it would take a lot of headache and heartache away from the people down the road.
Just last week, news that some of the threads in Nolan's brain had retracted, affecting the performance of the device.
How'd you take the news when they told you that the threads had retracted?
Yeah, it was really hard. It was very, very hard to give up all of the amazing things that I was able to do. I think I had like cried basically afterwards.
The problem becoming an opportunity for the makers of Neuralink to explore solutions.
The reason we do clinical trial.
So they put it in, and then when they found a problem, they had to take it out of them.
Yeah, I guess
or disconnected.
It was disconnecting and wasn't properly firing. So again, this is what happens when you're a part of a trial.
Yeah, you got to experience some of the joys of
Right.
the technology, but then had it taken away.
Yeah, but then they went in and it seems like they adjusted it or adjusting it for him.
And early feasibility trial is to uncover these sort of issues as early as possible before they get marketed. And we rolled up our sleeves and found various different ways to for Nolan be able to recover his performance, which we have successfully been able to do.
As for Nolan, the future of the technology only looks bright.
It's going to be amazing when someone can have a spinal cord injury, go into a hospital, get surgery, and walk out a couple days later. I think it's going to happen. I don't think it's as far away as people might think.
Well, that is not what people were saying Neuralink was going to be. Let's Google what Elon said it was, because I guess this is just the beginning of it. They were saying like this was going to make superhumans.
Yeah, I mean, I guess everything starts with somewhere, right?
Yeah, I want to find like a quote of his. Like, what is he saying? What is his hope for Neuralink to be?
Maybe we go to X and find like an older. Let's see.
Yeah, you were last year.
Oh, they got timestamps. Telepathy, blind sight, movement, and interface with AI. Interesting. Okay.
Injury. So the first product that we have there is called telepathy. So it enables you to use your phone or computer just by thinking. So you could do that. Move the cursor.
So that is the controversial part, because I guess what this is a form of telepathy. You think and your computer moves. You think and your phone moves.
Is it like a Bluetooth connection?
I don't know, but that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Literally with his eyes closed, it's reading signals from the motor cortex in the brain. The next product is blind sight, which will enable people who have lost both eyes or have no eyesight whatsoever to see. And this is directly interfacing with the optical processing areas of the brain. So, I think this is interesting progress. Ultimately, the goal of Neuralink is to have a high bandwidth interface in order to mitigate the risk of digital superintelligence. I don't know. I'm not saying it will work to mitigate the risk. It is just, it might help.
Sounds like what he's saying is the end goal is to have high bandwidth interface to mitigate AI taking over society. So if we can keep up with the brains of AI, and then he said it might help. He kind of sounds like a sci-fi guy, you know what I'm saying? I just have a hard time believing that like I know he's smart and I know he has $1 billion and I know he's like a little on the spectrum, so he probably actually knows what he's talking about. A lot on the spectrum. But I just have a hard time to believe that like it's really going to be as bad as they say it is. It's never as bad as they say it is.
What this is getting at in terms of it integrating with AI is interesting. I remember people going on Rogan and saying that, oh, there's no way this is even possible, and like dismissing it. Saying like your brain isn't even wired like that. And clearly they've proved that wrong. Oops. They got a guy to control a computer with his mind.
That's kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
For a guy that can't do, and then if that could then adapt to you lose a limb and or whatever,
walking and arm movement.
Like that's pretty incredible. Now, merging with AI, merging with the idea that AI can then become the Antichrist, or this sort of technology can be a part of that is pretty crazy. Someone in the chat, she says, a Hinshaw said, as a mom of a teen with a brain injury, I'm intrigued one of the implants Neuralink is developing can convert neural signals from the brain into speech. Would love to have a chance to talk to my son. Again. That would be incredible. So I think there's a lot of hope for this sort of stuff. I mean, obviously, with any sort of technology, you're going to have a degree of people who are going to be apprehensive and think it's like the mark of the beast, the Antichrist.
Yep.
Hey, thank you so much for watching that video. Guys, I believe that one of the best ways you can build a business is by first building a platform online. So Zach Sparazzo puts together a free training for you on the #1 metric you can be looking for to explode your YouTube platform. Click the link in the pinned comment below so you can start that now. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.